Friday Refresh brought to you by 3 Chord Counseling in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Go to 3chordshoals.com for more information. Where did you go if you could drop everything and go anywhere you wanted right now? But don't limit yourself to where you can go with roads. Where I'm talking about, you don't need roads. Let's say you could travel back in time. Perhaps you had built a time machine out of a Delorian, equipped it with a flux capacitor that would require you to hit a surge of power as you go exactly 88 miles per hour. Where would you go and why? Travis and I were discussing Back to the Future recently because this weekend is the Erupt Youth Rally outside of McMinnville, Tennessee. And the theme this year is Back to the Savior, and it is heavy on the Back to the Future theme. But weight has nothing to do with it. In the original film, they travel from 1985 to 1955 to fix some problems that were happening with Marty's parents. As we were discussing the date, we realized there were honestly a lot more pressing issues in 1955. There was civil unrest with the bus boycott in Montgomery, Alabama, stemming from the racism that was plaguing the nation. The United States had first begun its involvement in the Vietnam conflict in 1955. So those two alone are significant enough that one might want to go back and try to fix things. But what about you? Would you go to fix a major world event? Would you warn those getting on the Titanic in 1912 or try to stop the planes from leaving the airports at 9/11? Would you stand in Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas and prevent the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963? Or would you travel back to that mistake that you made in college or in high school or last week? Would you try to prevent a personal tragedy from the past? Would you share information from the future to help yourself know better how to handle some future situation that you're going to face? It is interesting to consider, but would you really want to alter it? Or did those choices and those events mold you into who you are today? Do those events in some way make you who you are? The struggles are no fun, but they made you stronger. The bad decisions came with consequences, but those consequences made you wiser. The loss was painful, but the pain made you more empathetic towards others around you. Who you are is a construction developed through the good times and the bad times. So I guess the point is this. I'm thankful I cannot time travel, that we as humans cannot time travel. It could turn into a messy situation very quickly. The changes I might make that help me might be decisions that hurt someone else in another way. The past, for all practical purposes, doesn't exist. Therefore, what has happened is all that could happen and did happen. That's heavy, Doc, I know. So, therefore, there's no benefit in looking back and wishing for something different. The beneficial part of the past is that it serves as a warning, a lesson, a guide. We see the things that worked and the things that didn't, both in society and in our individual choices. We live, we learn, we move forward. So go on. Make like a tree and get out of here, because that is your Friday Refresh.